Andare and the Elephant's Shadow. One sunny morning, King Rajasinghe decided to visit the countryside. He called for his clever jester, Andare, to join him. "Andare," said the king, "come with me. We'll ride my royal elephant and see how the people are doing." Andare smiled and bowed. "Yes, your majesty, I'll come along. Maybe I'll even bring back a little wisdom for the road." After a long ride through fields and villages, the king said, "Let's stop and rest here for a while." The royal elephant stood proudly beside a large shady tree. The king said to a villager, "We'll rest here. Take care of my elephant." The villager nodded eagerly. "Yes, your majesty, I'll watch your elephant well." After the king and Andare rested and continued their journey, the villager looked at the empty spot where the elephant had stood. He noticed the shadow of the elephant still stretching across his yard. He smiled slyly and said, That shadow belongs to me now." The king didn't return for days, but when he did, he was shocked. The villager demanded payment. "Your majesty, your elephant stood in my yard. You must pay rent for the shadow." The king frowned. "Rent for an elephant's shadow? That's nonsense." But the villager argued stubbornly, "No, sire. If the elephant used my land, even its shadow owes me rent." The king sighed deeply. He turned to Andare and said, "You are the wisest man in the land. Settle this matter." Andare thought for a moment, scratching his chin. Then he smiled and said, "Your majesty, I'll take care of this clever villager tomorrow." He whispered something funny to the king, who chuckled and agreed. That night, Andare planned a trick, clever and funny as always. The next day, Andare invited the king, the villager, and the royal guards to a meal. He set up a fireplace and hung a large empty pot above it, but he lit the fire a few feet away, not under the pot. The villager looked confused. "Andare, what are you doing? The pot will never cook." Andare smiled and said, "Don't worry. The shadow of the fire will cook the rice." The villager burst out laughing. "That's impossible. Shadows can't cook anything." Andare clapped his hands and said, "Exactly. And just as shadows can't cook, they also can't be rented or owned." The king roared with laughter. "Andare, you've done it again. You've solved the case perfectly." He turned to the villager and said, "You see, shadows belong to no one. You cannot charge rent for them." The villager hung his head, realizing his foolishness. "Forgive me, your majesty. I understand now." The king patted Andare on the back. "You always find a way to teach wisdom through laughter, Andare." Andare bowed and grinned. "Thank you, sire. Sometimes a clever trick is better than a long speech." Everyone laughed together, even the villager. That evening, as the sun set, Andare said softly, "Even a shadow can cause trouble when greed takes over, but wisdom always brings back the light." The king smiled. "Indeed, my clever friend. Indeed." And the royal elephant trumpeted happily, as if laughing too. Elephant. Moral of the story: greed blinds people, but wisdom and humor can open their eyes.